Welcome back to Investing and Trading Live, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. And that's exactly what we get into on this show is we talk about investing strategies and trading strategies for everyday people. If you're in your working years, how to have a trading strategy for income potential, right? It's all about building wealth, and how you do that is have more than one income strategy in your life. And that's really, have maybe some of it pays your bills, got to have some fun, and then it's extra income is what helps people save. And I think that's what's been kind of have been struggling with that lately, Al, is they're not making enough to save for those retirement years when they get older and they want to be able to not have to go to work every day.
Mhm.
And we're going to get into that coming up here, but we had a lot of people calling in and texting in for this free class that we do. It's an introductory class on how the markets work, how to use strategies, and a step-by-step strategy there at that, to make smart investing decisions. So you can call right now for 2 seats. Make sure to call 888-682-6466. That's 888-682-6466 for 2 seats for an investing class. Also, you can text the word investing to the number 210-210 for 2 seats for this class. These are about 2-hour classes at our local academies. If you're listening to the show, we have a class very close to you. State-of-the-art facilities. We have about three different classrooms in our centers here, and instructors that teach these different classes, going through different certifications or, many years experience in the financial markets and really working for you and with you. Text the word investing to the number 210-210 for 2 seats. So, Al, in that last segment, we got into, I guess, how to place trades and investments, and it's how you get that information is on a platform. And that's where you get your data, your price, what the trend looks like, what potentially could happen in the future, and you just put simple odds in there and probabilities in an investment strategy. And that's what our strategy is designed to do. Put the odds and probabilities in there. And our platform, it's called Click. It'll actually walk you and guide you through those investment decisions. And I really believe that we're seeing a lot of people come to the academy right now because they have retirement accounts. And they want to be able to start making smart investing decisions there, because it's been a tough year that people that have 401ks and IRAs, but there are other opportunities that you have access to when you do that yourself. So our strategy is designed to make smart investing decisions within those retirement accounts, but the platform will help guide you through those steps, really builds confidence, because I think one of the common themes, and I actually talk with a lot of people about this, and they say, well, I don't want to take over my money because I don't know what to do. Well, you know what? Now is the time to figure out what it is, what you need to do, because is it working for you right now? Probably not. How do you help people bridge that gap and get to those retirement years and have the opportunity to do the things that they want to do at that time?
Well, we cover a lot of those things in this free 2-hour class that you talk about. We go over some of the issues in retirement. And I think that if you have to look at your financial life in 2 different components, as 2 different components. One is an income component, and one is that wealth retirement component. And there are different ways of approaching the markets for each of those. But why is income so important? I think that's the most important one, because you need that while you're still working to generate additional income, and then you need it when you go into retirement, because in retirement, the income that you relied on is gone. And why it's so important now is with inflation the way it is. I mean, if you go back from when COVID first hit to the almost the end of November, prices are up on average about 17%. But credit card debt, and what we're finding is that a lot more people are using credit cards. So they're looking at 18 to maybe 25% interest rates on those. That can deplete a retirement account or savings account pretty quickly. You need to buy a new car, rates now are around 9%. You want to buy a house, mortgages over 7%. The higher the interest rate on any debt that you have, the more income you have to have. So in retirement, don't think that you don't need to be concentrating on income. And if you don't have enough income now, if you're falling behind, if you're in part of that retirement crisis, what are the alternatives? How can you increase the income, either if you're still working or if you are
I know
retired?
what you can do. You can get a second job or a third
Third
job or
and
a fourth job.
Sure, instead of spending time with your family
Yeah,
on the
that's an
weekends,
option.
get another job. There's all sorts of jobs out there. I mean, there's millions of jobs available.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. Is that how you want to spend your time? all the wealthy, might call them successful, the financially successful people in this country have 3 to 5 sources of income, but they're not 3 to 5 jobs. And I think, arguably, in fact, I can make a very strong argument for the fact that the financial markets, are the best choice for the public. It's available to everyone, and the proper education to be able to take advantage of it is available to everyone also. If you don't do it without the education, however, having the availability of being involved in these markets can be a bad thing. I mean, if the market can take money away from you, let's not sugarcoat that. There are benefits, there are profits there if you know how to take advantage of them, and that's what we do. That's what we concentrate on showing you how to identify a quality position, one that gives you that low risk entry with a high profit potential, high probability of succeeding. And why does Wall Street keep all of the things that they use basically from the public? They is it something that should just be in their purview, their life? No, it's available to everybody. It's just that you're not being taught that. That's what we do. We teach you how to do this. And I think this is something for everybody to be aware of. We've had a lot of people come in this year that have retirement accounts that have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people might have reached a point now where maybe they've got a retirement account that's close to $1 million or over $1 million. Be aware of this. It's dangerous to make decisions on $1 million portfolios with the financial intelligence appropriate for $1,000 portfolio. Your knowledge needs to grow to reflect the growth in your portfolio. And that's what we do. It's a process. You don't start at the top. You start learning the basics, develop that consistency that I talk about, and then you get more sophisticated as the education path continues. But understand that there's a different way of managing and taking advantage of a $1 million portfolio than there is of a smaller one. And we go through all those things and put together a plan for each person based on where they are, where they want to go, and what they want to have happen to their portfolios.
Yeah, as you were talking there, I was just kind of listening and kind of just thinking as a person maybe driving in their car right now or sitting in their garage at home, and they're listening to what we're talking about here on the show, and they're like, man, the institutions, they're always out for the small person and stuff like that. And you're talking about these strategies and it's a process. Well, it seems super hard. Why would somebody want to do that? And that's kind of what a lot of people just feel is it feels like it's super hard to learn. Well, anything is hard to learn unless you have the right training and education. There's two different things. There's the saying, work smarter, not harder. That's incorrect. You have to work right.
Correct.
And it's just like I golf a lot. And I took some lessons because I knew that I was practicing the wrong things. I mean, it was because I wasn't getting any better. So I had to go to a professional to train me on how to hit the golf ball. I did the same thing with guitar. I was like, okay, I'm going to figure out how to play guitar on YouTube. Well, I'll tell you what, it's just like trading. It's not really possible because you just don't know if you're practicing the right things and how to practice them. So what did I do? I went and got lessons, learned how to hold the guitar properly, different techniques on strumming patterns and stuff like that. So instead of working harder, tell you what, I was working hard watching those YouTube videos, but I wasn't working right.
Yeah, now you can play the guitar while you're golfing.
Well,
right, you reached that point yet?
Well, after a couple of drinks, it's a little impossible to do that. But that's what the same thing in trading and investing is getting the proper education, the proper training. Then it doesn't have to be so hard. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's already been invented for you. The strategy has been invented by people that worked on Wall Street, people that worked on the floors of the exchanges, and they know how the market actually moved and functioned. They've seen how it worked. So now it's all electronic. We can do it ourselves from home. As long as you have an internet connection, it is available, as Al was talking about earlier, to anybody, anywhere, at any time. And that way you don't have to get out of your house to go get a second job or a third job or greet people at Walmart or work at McDonald's during those retirement years, because you have the opportunity. You just want to learn the strategies and learn how to do those right. So in these investing classes, we introduce you to these strategies. We introduce you to how the strategy actually functions, how it works, but also how the market works. So that way it doesn't have to seem so daunting. It doesn't have to seem like it's just for the institutions and banks because it's not. We have the ability to do this, and it's just learning the right techniques and training and trading correct. Call right now for 2 seats for this investing class. We have classes here during the week. We also have them on the weekends. So that way you can get introduced to these concepts even if you have a job. We make these classes available to anybody. Call 888-682-6466. That's for 2 seats and a financial quick start kit, which will help you get started right away with some different terminology and different concepts in there. Call 888-682-6466, or you can just simply text the word investing to the number 210-210 for 2 seats. That's text the word investing to the number 210-210. We're coming around third, and we're getting to home plate here, and we still have a lot more to discuss. Let's get into more strategies and inspire people to take more action in their accounts. We'll be right back.